Being disliked is part of being human. It's inevitable. But for some reason, we still spend our lives chasing the approval of people we don't know, we don't like, we don't respect, and definitely don't want to become. And we even shrink ourselves to please people who aren't even rooting for us. So just think, who is really losing when you are dimming your light to make other people comfortable? And the psychology of people pleasing and wanting to be liked, it makes sense. It makes sense. As humans, we are wired to seek belonging. And that's because in our primal years, being liked meant survival. You needed to stick with the tribe. But guess what? We're not living in caves anymore. We're actually living in a world where someone will hate on you no matter what you do. People will judge you for your looks, for your actions, for your own thoughts, for your ideas, for your goals, for what you're wearing, for how you do your hair, for how you do your makeup, for how you talk, for everything. I mean, you breathe too loudly and somebody is going to say something. So then we have to ask ourselves, does that fear of being disliked still serve us today? Or is it something that we can consciously fight? Because what once served us in our primal years is no longer serving us today. So we have to consciously try to fight that. It's the same thing with losing weight. It is so hard to lose weight because your body, again, in our primal years, we needed the extra meat. Okay. We weren't sitting down in an office 8 hours a day, 2 hours in the car. No, we were moving around. We had to run. We had to do all these things. So we needed the extra body fat. Even now, I mean, we have apartments, we have houses, we have a heater. We were not afraid of freezing to death. Back then, there was a high probability of us freezing to death. So we needed the high body fat. So when you lose weight, your body, it hates it. It hates it. It does anything to try to get you to not lose weight. Even if you're severely overweight, your metabolism will slow down as soon as your body senses that you're trying to lose a little bit of weight. You go on a run, you're going to stop fidgeting throughout the day because your body's like, oh no, I need to store the calories. Don't want to lose weight. And yet a lot of us still choose to consciously embark on this weight loss journey. Why? Because maybe it'll boost our confidence. Maybe we need it to actually be healthier. Maybe because we've gained so much unnecessary weight by eating a bunch of junk food because we're eating a lot of processed foods. So we go on this weight loss journey. It is the same thing with mindset surrounding people pleasing. People pleasing and being liked and being respected and being part of a tribe and being part of the group was vital for our survival years ago. Now, not so much. So now we have to make the conscious decision to stop trying to please everyone around us. But like anything, it's a lot easier said than done, right? Yeah, people pleasing doesn't serve us. We shouldn't do it. End of video. No, okay? It is important to pick up that mindset surrounding people pleasing and being aware of why we even want to people please to begin with. But repeating these 4 things to myself is truly what made me stop people pleasing and just focus on living my life and staying in my own lane. But real quick, like this video if you're enjoying it so far, and also subscribe because it helps me out tremendously. And all I want to do is help us level up. So the first thing is just understanding the psychology of projection. People project their insecurities. And honestly, I am so glad that I was so super duper insecure because I experienced this firsthand. When I was super insecure, I was projecting onto everybody. And this is just textbook psychology. When someone sees you putting in the work, taking a leap of faith, basically anything that they wish they had the courage to do, they're gonna feel some type of way. And it's so much easier to respond with judgment, mockery, laughing at someone, or even backhanded advice than it is to face that you're not doing enough or you're not doing what you wish you were. And a lot of people are terrified of looking stupid, of failing, or of rejection. And that fear keeps them stagnant. So when you're out there doing the very thing that they are afraid of, it's going to feel like an attack on their character. And they're going to cope by being mean, by making fun of you. But really, what they're trying to do is reel you back into their own comfort zone. Don't let that happen. Their judgment is not about you. It's about them feeling powerless. It's about them not being able to bet on themselves. And by tearing you down, they think that they will reclaim a sense of control. So that's why it is so important that you don't let somebody's fear become your own limitation. And the truth is that people who are ahead of you, people who you look up to, who you respect, who have made it, they know that looking foolish, feeling stupid, being laughed at, being ridiculed is a part of the process. They've been there. And the only reason they are where they are today is because they kept pushing. Number two, not all criticism is created equal. Not every opinion deserves your attention. I wish I would have told myself this sooner because I literally treated every single opinion as a truth. I let other people's truths dictate my own. And there is a difference as constructive criticism or as feedback and blatant hate. A mentor or a peer in your field giving you constructive criticism, actionable feedback, yeah, that's valuable. Yes, listen to that. See how you can improve. But somebody who is not even up to par with you, a random high school acquaintance, a person you haven't talked to in years, that grouchy neighbor, a faceless account, that's just noise. And you don't have to listen to them. So before I internalize criticism now, I always ask myself, who is this coming from? Is the person who is saying this living a life that I can respect? Would I trade places with them? Are they trying to build me up or just tear me down? I think the worst thing we can do is let people who have never taken a risk in their lives try to tear us down. Which leads me into number three, people who aren't building anything always have the most to say. Why? Because they've got a lot of time to judge. And because judgment is easier than effort. These are the people who sit around all day typing in the group chat, going on Reddit, gossiping or talking shit about somebody else's wins while secretly wishing that they had the guts to do it themselves. And if you choose to let these types of people stop you, you are choosing to stay small for people who were never in your lane, who were never going to root for you. I mean, you have to think about just the average person we see on a daily basis. Like, this is no shade to anyone, but I mean, even for me, when I was working a job I hated with people I hated, oh, I was not pleasant. I was really not pleasant. And that's how a lot of people are. A lot of people are stuck living a life that they don't want to be living a life that they hate, waking up every morning and just waiting to go to bed or waiting for the end of the day. That's the sad reality about this world. And so the brighter your light, the happier you are, the more you're going against the grain and the more people you're going to irritate. And that was what helped me be able to do number 4, which is reframing being disliked as a sign of growth. You know, think about it. If no one is uncomfortable around you, you're probably shrinking yourself, or you're probably not as vibrant as you could be. Growth will quite literally rattle the cages of people who have chosen to settle. And being disliked can mean that you set boundaries that they can't penetrate or manipulate. You're standing for something that they can't comprehend. You've elevated in a way that makes them confront who they are and what they're not doing. And so in most cases, having a lot of people dislike you is a sign that you're actually making an impact. You're forcing people to face their truths because you've faced yours time and time again. So stop letting irrelevant people's opinions direct the way you move. Criticism from the sidelines is not the truth. Use it as fuel if you need to, but don't let it stop you. And surround yourself with people who are too busy creating, or with people who you admire, people who don't have time to criticize, people who aren't afraid of taking risks, people who see your boldness as inspiration, not intimidation. And even if you have to wait around for those people to find you, like, do it. But if there are people out there who are draining you, or who are making you feel like you need to change in order to make them more comfortable, like, don't waste your energy around them. But other than that, that was all that I had for you guys today. I hope this encouraged you to just go for it. Whatever it is, if you want to start posting content, go for it. If you want to take on a completely new style, like, go for it. Do whatever it is that is going to make you happy. Who cares if people do dislike you? Who cares if people judge you for it? We are all here to just live out our own lives, our own dreams. And if people have a problem with that, then that's on them. We're all going to be criticized by people who don't get it, but the truth is that we're the only ones who need to get it. But yeah, if you made it this far, do not forget to subscribe and like this video, because it helps me out a lot. And until next time, bye.